That light bothersome. All right.
All right. Welcome back. Sorry for the absence, but the MansDem is back. Once again, I am your host, Mark Herbert, chilling with T. Rome. So today, what we want to discuss is, the
Off the top, baby.
debut of Zion.
You can't not want to climb the mountain, right?
The debut of Zion, the long-awaited debut of Zion Williamson, the Duke phenom, freakish athlete.
You know the first thing I noticed was he wasn't fat.
He's not a fat guy.
No, everybody likes to go on about how he's fat and needs to control his weight. And I was like, he used some of that time off to get trim. He looked.
Yeah, I hope so.
You know, so I kind of find like the accusations of fat athletes a little over the top. It's not like there's a bunch of David Wellses out there, especially in the NBA. People still say Kyle Lowry's overweight.
People
I was
like style, man.
Dude's got an 8-pack.
Hey, man.
So
people just once you ain't slim, you're fat. You know.
What I mean? That's what I'm saying.
That's where it goes. But yes, Zion
jokes about that, but still
made his debut. Tough test. His first real game was against the system.
I guess
Popovich and the Spurs. Who are playing good ball right now.
They're playing good ball. They started that game and it was theirs. That was their basketball game.
So Zion on a minutes restriction because they want to baby him as they should.
100%.
He got his injuries in a tough area of the body. You don't want to mess with that. But
also he's not up to game speed. There's game shape to be involved there, right? Even guys who've been in the league a few years. You watch the Raptors, Pascal Siakam. He's on minutes. All the Raptors injured guys are back on minutes restriction, and that's legit because if you have if you have Matt Thomas had a busted finger, well, he can still run.
Yeah,
right. But if you Pascal Siakam's injured, you can't run. So
all's running for these guys. So yeah, that's Kyle Lowry in the background.
There's a little Kyle Lowry right there.
Right there. So yeah, he's all right. I'm trying to get this light out the way, but he's gonna be back. So
let's see.
Zion. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So Zion Williamson made his debut, and he scored 22 points in 18 minutes on 8 of 11. Shooting from the field.
Incredible.
4 for 4 from the arc, from beyond the arc.
Much unexpected.
Right? Dropped about 3 dimes. I think there's maybe 5 rebounds. And scored 17 straight points in one stretch.
And so, not only and it was important points.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't garbage time.
It wasn't garbage
time. There was a game. He made it meaningful from his contributions.
Yeah, so I think the Hawks got within 1. I don't think they took the lead. Did they take the lead? They might not. But they got at least within 1.
He played for the Pelicans, but
sorry,
Pelicans. We're talking about Trae Young
Hawks just a second ago.
So so I think that is as legit of a debut as you get, man.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I don't want to overstate it. I mean, there's a giant world of hot takes out there that want to say that they're going to win an NBA championship now because Zion put up a 22, and I'm not even going to say he's the best man in the draft yet, right?
No.
So, but that's plenty respectable.
Yeah, man.
What I liked the thing I liked about it was that there was a real. I watched some of this in the second half after the fact because it was not streamed live by TSN or Sportsnet. Not to throw them under the bus, but they go right under the bus because there was 6 channels of tennis and 5 channels of highlights.
Early round tennis too.
Can we get one pickup of Zion's debut? Maybe not.
You knew what was happening.
But his teammates were looking for him. He started hitting shots, and there was ball movement.
Yeah.
There were kickouts. His shots from the arc, open looks. So they're
he's got that Kawhi trajectory, but just right over the rim.
Just a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and go, I want him taking all those 3, but I mean, you took 4 a game. I mean,
and he hit them.
I mean,
but 4 3-pointers is not a lot.
That's not a lot.
Right?
So if he was on a regular basis scoring 20 points and it was going 2 or 4 every day, that's pretty good. I mean, that's what you got to expect.
Absolutely.
A couple of good rebounds, which is nice because he's not. I mean, while he's thick, he's not. Jakob Poeltl's 7'1", and you can see how much he towered over him under the basket. So
but
also shout out to Jakob, who had a nice game. That kid's looking good lately.
He's been solid since he got in the league. It's just he's not the most popular game. Obviously, he's not going to be an offensive threat. but the boy can play.
He's good rotation.
He knows how to find those offensive rebounds. He's a good player. So with Zion, I think great debut. I think it positions the team to make that fight for the 8th spot interesting. They've been playing over their heads as far as so they've been playing better than I expected them to be, because Brandon Ingram's been insane.
Brandon Ingram has been insane.
He's been insane. So
legit.
Most improved
right now. I would definitely say that. All-star. What we're going to say.
He might deserve it. He might deserve a nod, man.
I will put Brandon Ingram in there. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Nice.
The Pelicans,
they can make it interesting.
They're going to make it interesting. They're going to make it interesting. That 8th spot is in the West is a little more, and
it's log jam, right? It's log jam right now. So I mean, it's a lot of teams have a chance to get in.
Yeah, and like it used to be, you had to win 50 games to get in on the West.
Yeah,
you don't have to do
the West is going to be a little weaker.
Yeah.
In the next few years.
that 8th and 7th spot are going to be around 500 teams. And, no disrespect.
That's in the wheelhouse.
That's right.
That's the wheelhouse of every team that's not in right now.
As long as you
don't have to win 50.
You don't have to win 50. As long as you get to 500. I have feelings about teams that like the league should be chopping their home game away from them if you're below 500 in the playoffs. Something like that.
Maybe.
But good for Zion.
Yes,
good for Zion, and good for us. Good for the league. Good for everybody to watch.
See him and
there he is.
Know that he can compete at this level. So that's encouraging. And I look forward to seeing him more. So I wonder if they're going to be doing 18 minutes here. Don't play the next game, 18 minutes until he goes full time. It'll be interesting.
You're definitely going to see some of that. You might see him against some easier competition too. You might see him
get that confidence up.
Typical. It's a very sports-like thing to do.
Definitely.
Managers and coaches don't like to.
All right.
So people too much.
The big news.
Next.
The big news. The NBA has released the All-Star Game starters
just an hour ago,
and Western conferences. So here they go. It is in the Eastern Conference: the Greek Freak, Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Kemba Walker, and Trae Young. Ice Trae, the sophomore, getting the starting nod by the fans.
Fans like him. I also think clearly the coaches and the media like him. I think he got a big.
He's a likable guy,
right? They're really entertained by him, and they put him in that top 5. It's not my favorite choice.
I'm surprised, but I mean, I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
But I'm not mad at it.
I mean, because it's entirely possible if I were picking 12 that Trae Young doesn't make the All-Star game at all. And the fact that he's a starter, I mean, hey, to people like Trae, he is a very entertaining scorer, but he can't play a lick of defense, and his team is terrible.
You have to. The analytics age, man.
So
he's an analytics
player. I know he is. I mean, the analytics say he's a bottom 5 NBA defender. And that is really, really bad.
But he's a top 5 NBA offensive player.
Might be.
So
I mean,
it's about them buckets.
That is why he can go off at times. And I mean, for All-Star games, I'm not a hater. I mean, you can't say that he's not going to be fun in an All-Star game where they're going to score 180 points.
No.
Right.
The biggest takeaway from this for me is, and anybody out there that can correct me if I'm wrong, has there ever been 3 African starters for the NBA All-Star game?
I certainly can.
Has there been 3 African players in one All-Star game? Right?
I mean,
that's big. That's big. That's big.
And that's it.
Right. Right. So I mean, that's big to have 3 starters.
Yeah.
In the All-Star game is impressive. On the Western Conference, naturally, King James led the way. His new teammate AD. Then we've got Luka, who definitely deserves to be on there.
Deserves it.
James Harden got on there, and that 5th guy. Shoot, who was it again? Oh, sorry. Used to play for Toronto. Kawhi Leonard is an all-star starter.
I heard about that guy.
What do you think about that squad? Do you think any adjustments?
Is there there is nothing. I have to look at it. I have to stare at it to make sure I'm not screwing this up. It's hard to say anything against Kawhi.
Of course.
Right. I mean,
and he's coming off Player of the Week. He was on the tear last week.
He's out there being Kawhi, right?
Yeah.
So that's
You don't think you played enough games to qualify?
Actually, that's on the Eastern side. Joel Embiid is something I would say is probably not worthy of the starting nod because he just did not play enough games, and I think the media vote and the coaches vote should have yanked him off of that starting nod. But maybe the fan vote was a little too high on there. But some people get a lot of fan votes.
He's probably the most popular big, right?
Right. But somebody who has missed 15 games and has disappeared at times, he put up a donut. I like to shout it. I love that on the personal end because it was the Raptors and Marc Gasol put up that donut. But I mean, this is your best player who's coming in for the revenge game. Yeah. Right. And
what up, J-Rob?
And came in for the revenge game and got completely shut out. I mean, how do you disappear like that? And so I don't like to put too much weight on these type of things, but it's like the opposite of someone who's being chosen for Oscar. You have really good numbers, but do you have a standout performance? Do you have a 60-pointer in there? Do you have 2 60-pointers in there? I'm gonna count that in choosing you. So if I'm going to take you off, I'm counting the 0 to take you away. That's a big 0.
That's a big 0.
That's a huge
game that
0.
Counted.
In a game that means something. And then you watch the Sixers play the Raptors again the other night, and they were a way better team. The Raptors handled them, right?
It's an interesting one. I'm not going to say they're a better team without Embiid. That's foolish.
I mean, it's hard to say that, but I mean, foolish, you watch the ball move better. They're more cohesive as a unit.
I just think they have the
down
best,
a big talent, but
I think they have the best low post presence in the league.
100%.
But they don't use him to that.
That team doesn't know how to. They're not a meshing team, and it's a weird team. Yeah. It's a weird team, and it's almost like some guys don't they just haven't. And that's coaching. I hate to say it's a coaching.
We'll move a little further here. We'll move a little forward here and talk about the potential All-Star reserves. We talked about earlier, Jimmy Buckets needs to be on there.
Jimmy Buckets, I would have started him if they weren't screwing up the front court, backcourt.
Yeah, I think, and again, call it a homer pick if you want, but I think Kalo and Van Vliet should both be All-Stars.
I'm going to disagree on the Van Vliet one. He's missed too many games.
Too many games, sure. Okay.
Freddie's definitely an All-Star talent and has played starter minutes. Even if he hasn't started, he's top 10 usage player in the league for sure.
The Bucks have the best record in the league. I don't see any other Bucks deserving to be All-Stars.
I know. Isn't it really weird? You want to sit there and go,
they're the best
people are talking about
in the league. They got to have at least 3 guys.
People want to say Broggs should be on there. Yeah. Sure. But I mean, I guess that's a testament to their team, right? I mean, that's similar to the Raptors, right? They have Kyle Lowry for sure. But last year, they had but the Raptors spread the ball around. They use a whole team, they do. Right? And the Bucks use the whole team.
They do.
When they spread that around, and they noticed that, I think they lost last year after they lost. They said that's one of the adjustments we're gonna do. We're gonna have a higher usage rate around Giannis, and it's working.
Okay. Furthermore, I think Donatas Sabonis should get an All-Star nod.
Sabonis, yeah.
I think he's been balling out. I don't know if he's a starter in Indy right now. I don't care. He's been balling out the whole year. He's pretty much averaging a double-double.
Yep.
He's solid. I would give him. That's 9 for me.
And he's on a solid team. Pacers are a solid team, playoff team. Could make noise definitely in the first round, second round. You're not going to pick them as a favorite, but
I think
solid team.
Ben Simmons gets a nod. Not crazy about it. Hell no, Alex Caruso. Don't even talk that shit. Right? Hell no.
Yeah,
he don't even want the votes.
Best hair?
Yes, best hair. Shit. Listen, Caruso ain't getting in. We still on Eastern Conference.
The votes, anyway. Don't say the votes almost got him in there. The votes all he was.
You gotta have listen. The league should have a veto. You get one veto. You get that shit. So
Ben Simmons is deserving.
He's deserving.
My partner is not here. Amanda's not in the room. She hates some Ben Simmons. Let me tell you.
Everyone does.
You know what?
Everyone outside of Philly does.
Ben Simmons is an excellent player, except for shooting.
So here's my thing, because and bring it on if you want, but Ben Simmons I question, but I would put him in there over both Jaylen Brown and Tatum right now. I don't think they've done enough to be all-stars. Tatum's had some games. He's been hitting some game winners.
Yeah.
He's been hitting some big late shots. I don't know if I want him in an all-star game right now. So I'm still stuck. So Simmons has me at, I think, 10 people right now.
Well, look at Kemba's your only guy for me from Boston, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it, just Kemba.
Mm-hmm.
Kemba, Boston's a good team, but as we talked about last time you visited, Boston's had the lightest schedule in the league, and to this day, they have the fewest games played, right? And I think that games, and you'll notice that like it started to crunch up. They had like 5 or 6 less games played than everybody else at Christmas, and those games that gap has started to shrink, and you notice it started to lose.
They got that big win against the Lakers, though. I'll give them that one. That shit surprised me.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to say they're a bad team.
High school game.
I know, right?
Stop it.
Kemba's the only Celtic. The other, Brown and Tatum were both of those guys who were kind of on the edge, but there's just too many guys.
Okay,
they pushed out.
So what I do? This is partially selfish. He's been balling out, and he says if he makes the All-Star game, he'll go to dunk off. Zach LaVine, give that boy a spot.
Oh, Zach LaVine.
Give that boy a spot in the All-Star game.
Maybe. He's the same level, though. He's the same level. I mean,
he shoots way better than Ben Simmons.
100%.
Hell, buddy.
But his team's terrible.
Yes, he is.
But so is Trae Young's team. Trae Young shouldn't be there either. I mean, I'm telling you.
I don't know. Trae, I don't know.
We have not mentioned somebody who I think should start over Joel Embiid, and that's Bam Adebayo.
Interesting.
Bam Adebayo is balling out for the Heat. They are up there in the 2 seed where nobody thought they would be, and he is their second best player without question out of Miami. He makes it.
Okay, so wait.
He fills up the stat sheet.
Wait. This is Bam's second year in the league or third? Second, right?
Sure.
He's in the fucking Rising Stars game. So
that's a thing, though, isn't it? Isn't his thing?
Luka's gonna be in both.
Can I
so is Trae.
I saw and a bit of an aside. I saw someone sitting there going, "Our boy Terrence Davis should be in the Rising Stars game." What do you think about that?
He should. I don't see.
He's not going to be.
He's not going to be. I don't see why not though. Like if Kendrick Nunn gets to be in it, and I got no problem with Kendrick Nunn. So I know the tone sounds like I have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. But if Kendrick Nunn gets to be in the Rising Stars game, why wouldn't Terrence Davis?
I agree with that. I agree. Terrence Davis is
like there's no other rookies or second year players that are out there averaging 15 points. He's not.
He's not.
That.
No.
But I'm saying like that would be the outliers, right?
But I mean, the fact is, I think for TD2 doesn't get any. He doesn't get any eyeballs, right? He gets. But if you're watching Raptors games, he passes the eye test. He is so fun. He makes slick, smart passes. He attacks the rim. He cleans up. The guy's fun. He hits the three.
He gets a good percent from 3.
And he plays his. He's got to work on his defense. He's not the greatest young defender, but I mean, first year.
Man, he took on a challenge the other day and locked up somebody, man.
He's working on it. He's getting there. I think he will be really, really good.
Yeah. Who's my subs? I think I have 11. Who else do I want on that team, man? I don't know. Nobody from Orlando.
No.
I don't know. I'm trying to think
we're trying to get through it right there.
I'm trying to think of an 11 right now.
We'll come back to that. Let's go to the West.
The West. So does Russell Westbrook get in there? Do enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so Russ is
I mean, Russ it's an all-star game. And it's popularity, and we're here for fun. And it's fun and earning. I mean, the Thunder are still a decent team.
Okay.
Or sorry, the Rockets are still a playoff team. He's still averaging close to a triple-double.
He's doing all right.
I mean, there was this thought maybe a month ago that he was fading. There was literally discussion sitting there going, we're watching the downfall of one of the greats. And, I mean, we're watching him kind of not be a star. But
I mean, as J-Rob points out, he could make an interesting impact 100%. On that team off the bench. Absolutely. Let him run his own squad.
I ain't starting him. Let him
run squad.
For sure.
So so Russ, you want on there? I think.
Who's starting again?
This is what I'm gonna say. It's LeBron, AD, Luka, Kawhi, and shoot, what I just said, Luka and Harden,
and James Harden.
So I would.
That's fair.
Fine, Russell's on there. I think one man who should be playing in both the Rising Stars game and the All-Star game, Shai.
You want to put Shai up in there,
buddy? Absolutely.
Shai's been dynamite.
Absolutely. Shai needs to be an All-Star. There's no reason why he shouldn't be. His numbers are there.
His numbers are there.
He plays like a grown man.
He plays. He's super.
He does everything.
He's super exciting.
He does everything. He's got the flash.
So you putting Ja in there too?
Who?
Ja Morant?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
He's a lock for you. He's a lock for you.
He's a lock for me. He's a rookie of the year already. And I'm fine. Maybe if Zion was playing the whole year, he would have challenged for it. But
maybe. Well, maybe he probably would actually.
Morant is doing everything right now.
Yeah.
He nearly ended what's his face career. Kevin Morant
almost is enough
talent. He's got the flair. He's got the hunger. He's fearless. Absolutely. Put him in both games, man. Put him in both games. So
I can't say you're wrong.
No PG in this game. Paul George does not make the All-Star team.
Paul George does not play enough. He does not get it.
Denver's got too many guys. I think Joker gets in though.
Joker gets in. He's your guy.
So that's what 8. No other Lakers. That's for damn sure. No other Clippers.
You put Dame in there.
Dame Dollar.
Average 28?
You know what? Dame deserves to go in there, man. It doesn't seem like he's had as an impactful season.
No, he's not. His team's not good. Right? His team's not good.
Dame, you can't deny him.
I don't like him. He's a borderline guy for me. I'm putting Rudy in. Rudy Gobert goes in.
So DeRozan or Aldridge? Because Aldridge has been balling out.
Aldridge has been balling out, but DeMar's been balling out. He's having one of his better.
He was last year too, though.
Yeah, I know.
And he got snubbed last year, right?
His number is a little bit better. I'd have to go check, but it's a little bit better. And his passing's up too, right?
You know what, man? Honestly, I would let those two get in. Not put.
Hard to put two. It's hard to put two Spurs in,
right? and they're below 500 still.
Right, I know. But
I don't know
because I'm a fan of blowing up the Spurs.
I say, well, one of them gets in. Fan of blowing the Spurs.
Yeah,
that's top front of the day, man. Blow up the Spurs. Nothing about winning, man. Like about to be 22 or 23 straight seasons in the playoffs, man.
I know, and they're not getting in this year.
They might. They might. Top in front of the day. All right, top in front of the day. I think DeRozan or Aldridge gets in. That's I think 9 or 10 for me right there.
Devin Booker, you putting Devin Booker in there?
Devin Booker gets in.
Yep.
Devin Booker gets in, absolutely. There's some teams for me here. You know what?
What?
Brandon Ingram.
Oh yeah,
we
talked to him in pre-show.
Put him in the game.
We put
him in the game.
We put something in there, and we're
put him in the game.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram has been fire.
He's earned it. Put him in the game.
Fire. And you know what? And I want to, extra shout outs to Brandon Ingram because he was one of those like that.
Bro, I thought they were talking about him having a career-ending injury with the blood clot or whatever it was.
Yeah,
whatever the deal.
I never thought he'd be this guy. I never thought he'd be this guy,
buddy. Not like I didn't.
Never thought he'd be this guy.
He was so inconsistent and more so trash in his Laker tenure.
Yeah,
I didn't know he had this in him.
It was what I'm saying. To
come off a situation where people were saying he might not even play again. Like what is bro? So yeah,
put
him in the game.
That little mini era where the Lakers pretended their young guys were any good. I said, ball them up in a little package and shoot for the trash. That shot's for the trash.
Yep,
they're all they're all trash. No, they're not all trash, but they're they're the 8th guy. I thought they were all the 8th or 9th guy in an 8 or 9 man rotation. Right. I mean, I was having a discussion with somebody about Kyle Kuzma the other day, not to go off on a tangent. And they wanted to make these deals. They had this 5-for-5 trade scenario with the Raptors, which is essentially Kyle Kuzma and 4 expiring contracts for 5 rotated useful Raptors players. And I was like,
I don't know.
I mean, I know Rondé's like none of these guys are big guys. Rondé, Matt Thomas, and McCall and Stanley Johnson. I always wonder.
First of all,
the Raptors use these players.
We could get all 5 of those fuckers for Ibaka's contract or Gasol's contract.
That's what I'm saying.
All 5 of them don't match his contract.
That's what I'm saying.
So there's no 5-for-5 shit.
There's no 5.
Do your math. Learn how it works.
Who's going out there?
But no.
But this is the big point is sitting there going, people are still overvaluing Lakers because they're Lakers, right? I mean, Kyle Kuzma. I mean, I was used to say he could at least shoot, but now he can't even shoot no more.
Okay.
And maybe he has some talent. He's a project again.
Lakers screwed up. Lakers screwed up, and so did the Pelicans. They should have took him in the deal.
Take them all.
Take them all.
Take them all.
You want AD? How bad do you want him?
Yeah, I'm saying.
And at the time,
Yeah.
Kuzma was the main.
He was the biggest one.
Of
They're
that.
like, we want to keep Kuzma.
Bro, you guys are stupid. You know my friend. You know my friend.
Marshall Kuzma, I meant.
Not my friend. Trust me, buddy. Yeah. So okay. So wait. So where are we at? 9 and 10? We're at 10, I think.
Oh, we're around that.
Name a team. Name a team for me, man. We got a new Western Conference. No one else than the Clippers.
No more Clippers.
PG,
Well, I don't know.
PG didn't play enough.
Hold on a second.
PG didn't play enough. And Lou Will. Nah.
Now, first of all,
love Lou Will, but no.
Lou Will's not a very good defender. So I brought this up.
Talking All-Star games. So defense means nothing.
Montreal Harrell, you ain't gonna fuck.
Not enough.
You're gonna.
Yeah, one
you
good
want
game.
to fool him?
No, that wasn't a good game.
What, man?
That one good game. That was yesterday.
He's a constant
I understand
presence for the Clippers.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, frankly, I didn't even. Speaking of guys who I didn't think had this in them, Montreal Harrell is. Oh man, is
because he's not even taking jump shots.
No, he does not.
So don't put nobody in the game that can't shoot a ball. That's a rule.
All right.
Give me who else you got? Golden State. Nobody.
Dallas. Well, no, down there in the bottom we ain't.
Nobody
looking at them.
We got the West Conference. Utah. You know what? Gobert's gonna make it. Sorry.
Rudy's got to go in. Rudy's
gonna get in, and you know what? Mitchell might get in again.
Yeah.
So Donovan Mitchell, they might get.
And,
two,
they deserve to. They deserve to.
They make it
that's 31 win team right there. I mean, they are right. There's 3 700 plus winning teams in the league, and Utah's one of them.
Jamal Murray doesn't get in. He was close. Injury didn't help him. He's not getting in. Joker will get in for them. Joker.
Who's right? Thunder is only Shea. You put Shea in away from the Thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably right.
He's the only one. Chris Paul's been decent this year, but not enough.
He's been a fantastic player.
Not also fantastic.
But at the start of the year, he was kind of trash. Yeah. Let's just say it.
Mm-hmm. So, you know what? There you go. De'Aaron Fox. He's my 12th guy.
Oh, all right.
He's my 12th guy. There you go. That's it. I can't list them off anymore, so hopefully you guys are listening. Because it ain't because of this. I'm just spitballing right now.
Just spitballing. Look at you! You're a kind person to have some stuff. Those bottom barrel guys, good players.
Dude,
barrel teams.
we have a bottom barrel guy starting.
I know. I'm talking about my starters. I'm talking about my guys. I'm not putting them in there.
Well, okay. You live in a perfect world, guy.
Dude,
you know, like a perfect world, man.
They should be a Rome and Herb's All-Star game. He gets one conference. I guess the other.
But it's a wrap. My team's gonna play so dirty.
What's my man JR calling you right there? He gets hurt too much. He hurt too much.
Yo, buddy.
Not his dead up.
Buddy. When he plays. He gets hurt. So does AD. I cannot believe AD's played this many games this year.
I know it's true.
I cannot believe it.
But you know what?
I'm not trying to call it on the man.
That's how these.
But that boy's fragile, man.
I know that's how it goes. I'll tell
you right now. He's only playing this much this year because LeBron's on his team, man.
Yeah.
He wouldn't.
Kyle Lowry.
He wouldn't be playing.
Kyle Lowry.
He's gotta warn somebody, right?
Well, you an all-star? You want in
here?
Gotta
warn somebody, right?
Come over here. Eat one of those. Jeez. This is an all-star right here.
Kyle Lowry now.
Kyle Lowry won on that all-star team.
So yeah, my issue with AD, like realistically, you understand the same little ailments he's having, the shoulder stuff, he would not be playing if he's still on the Pelicans.
You think so?
Would not be playing.
But that's also part of him protesting of being in New Orleans still.
But his whole career's been a protesting. The amount of games this guy missed. So listen, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the league because the league's better for having a minute type of thing. 100%. His skill set. But I mean,
he is a star.
I am
NBA star.
Absolutely.
For
I am
sure.
100% surprised that he's played this many games to this point of the year.
Did we not put a Magic in on this game?
Nope.
Does Orlando doesn't?
No.
We don't.
Vukovic? No. He hasn't played enough games.
You're right.
Gordon? Hell no.
Yeah.
No Magic. Sorry.
No Magic.
You know what? You want to put somebody in there? Markelle Fultz.
No.
Just because he's a good story. I wouldn't make him an all-star.
No.
Is it too late for him to get into a Rising Stars game? Because he hasn't, right?
Oh, I don't think that's too late for anything.
No, I think his first 2 years.
Yeah. They should expand
They should give it to him because he's only been playing since last year.
They should expand it to 3
right? Markelle Fultz, a write-in candidate or whatever for the Rising Stars game.
All right.
You know what? They messed up though because they do the U.S. versus the world. That's the problem.
Yeah, they do that.
That's the problem. So because they do that stuff, that's why TD2 ain't getting in. That's why. Because there's going to be the American players, and there's going to be better 2-year players than him as a rookie.
All right, let's talk about let's quickly hit up the dunk contest. Only because I thought it was I think it was a fun thought.
Gordon's in.
Yeah. Do you think Aaron Gordon? Did Aaron Gordon say he'll do it?
Aaron Gordon's back in.
Okay.
Robinson, the Heat youth. What's his name?
Oh yeah. Okay.
James Jones. James Jones third, second, something like that. James Jones. Yo, J-Rob. Who's the guy from the Heat? Who's the guy on the Heat that dunks a lot?
Too much rums.
Yeah, so he's in. Levine says he'll do it if he gets in. If he gets voted into All-Star game, he'll dunk.
Sorry.
No, that's just
around.
Yeah,
Derek Jones.
No, it's not Derek Jones. No, it's like
you said Jones.
It's like Trey J or something like that, man. Like, what is it? Not Derek Jones. Man. What is it?
Tyler Hero?
I don't know.
It's not.
I don't know.
But what I wanted to mention is that Dwight Howard said something about how Kobe should be back and should get in there. Now, would you? I mean, I don't know how.
It must be Derek. Yeah, Derek Jones Jr. Yeah, that's who it is. Thanks. Yeah, that's who you said. Derek Jones
it's
Jr.
just a weird thing to say for just to throw out. Let's get like.
Dwight Howard's weird, man.
He's a weird guy.
He posted himself talking to somebody while he's taking a shit. Like, who does that?
I know he's kind of whack.
I ain't digging the braids and whatever he's got going on in Twitter. I don't like nothing he's got going on.
What I will respect that he is finally like the pennies dropped. I mean, maybe it takes a LeBron for that.
You have no excuses anymore.
He has to play well. And he's playing well.
Because listen, he knows LeBron don't rap to ship people out of town.
Oh
man.
Yeah, he would be done.
Get out of here,
guys.
You
don't spend any time. You're out.
It's his last chance. His last chance to play ball, guys.
And he might get a.
You couldn't get minutes on the Wizards last year.
You couldn't.
So LeBron just saving grace. So you can't play LeBron, bro.
Couple guys doing that.
Pack your bags, man.
Melo's in there. Penny dropped from Melo too, where he's sitting there going, I can't pretend I'm the greatest thing in the world.
Listen, man, I never said that Melo didn't deserve to be in the league. That was never one thing said. I just think the way the game is, I think it's past him. Right?
Yeah.
If a team is willing to find a way to work him in, fine. But
he got caught in that middle in the transition from a post-up league to a three-point shooting league.
Yeah.
And
you need to find, but just find a team that's going to use him properly.
You need to find a shot. Right, exactly.
Right?
He needs to because he can, I don't know how to say this, but he can't find himself in the post and they're going to float the ball in and he gets back people down. It just doesn't happen anymore.
Listen, here's what it is.
So he doesn't know how to attack. Like his attack the rim on a face-up is not as good as his back down game.
What I'm saying is, here's the thing though. If you got the whole rest of your team, practicing the analytics way of life, why wouldn't you have a 2-point assassin?
Yeah, absolutely.
A mid-range killer.
There needs to be a mid-range killer.
And that's what DeRozan's doing in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Like this guy.
That's the thing.
But he's not even shooting threes anymore.
I know he doesn't shoot. That's the best thing Coach Pop did was take the three away from DeRozan.
Yeah.
From DeRozan.
So I think
let him concentrate on that. I think, and I mean, look at your championship Raptors. I mean, it's not like Kawhi was shooting threes all day. He could hit the three for sure, but he was a 2-point assassin. He's a mid-range killer.
Get to your spots.
Get to your spot and explode.
Without dribbling 40 times, Melo.
Yeah.
Right? Like get to your spot quickly.
Yeah.
Do your thing, whatever.
Well, that's his problem.
He's never been fast.
His problem is not fast.
Right? He's never been quick enough to do that. So
fast.
He's got to work the ball more.
His biggest problem is that teams run 10-second offenses, 12-second offenses, and he can't do it.
Yeah.
He cannot do it.
Man, move it.
Kyle Lowry got a big ass and he wants to be in the shot.
Yeah, so I think what were we talking about?
Anyway, sorry, I went on something, but I was like, shout out to the guys who've figured out to make themselves useful again. That's all.
Yeah. Well, it's all good.
They're going to find their fits, I think. And
I hope so.
Get a shot. I mean, guys like that can be useful still. They're still useful.
All right. Well, listen, man.
Let's quickly talk about our Raptors before they go.
My man's got an axe to grind right now to people who be hitting him up over stupid shit.
I spent too much time on Twitter.
Namely,
end of the bench. Number 10 to 12 player Patrick McCaw has been eating it.
Three straight finals appearances.
3 rings.
Yeah.
In 3 years of a 3-year career.
Yeah.
Has been eating it on on the social medias.
They've checked. People are going at him because his plus minus in these games is just atrocious.
It's atrocious. Now, so I'm actually going to hit on that plus minus thing in a bit because I've been tracking his numbers during these conversations because I've been trying to defend the man a little bit, just a little bit.
No defense needed.
His problem is like I draw a comparison to back in the day when Leafs fans would pick a guy and rail on this poor guy until they got traded out of town.
Yeah.
And the media would jump on it. Thankfully, the Toronto media doesn't really jump on it other than saying Patrick McCaw gets a lot of minutes. But they don't really say it judgmentally, I don't think.
I think they're truly asking a question.
They're just asking a question. They're sitting there going, well, Nick Nurse seems to have an affinity for giving
and
lots
you
of
don't question Nick Nurse.
First of all, you got to give Nick the benefit of the doubt. But let's kind of rewind the clock here and give. I think some of the public, and I think the majority of them are Sunshine fans, meaning that we're glad to have you, but you can't just be happy when the sun is shining, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got hurt and they were winning, and so the sun was shining, but it was kind of an eclipse, right? Because you can't live with injuries all year. They did an amazing job to weather those injuries, but if this team had those all year long, it would catch up, man. They get tired. Yeah. You can't play the end of the bench the whole time. Now, that being said, you can't hate on the end of the bench when they're thrust into a position where they're not.
Always keep in mind, they're the end of the bench.
The end of the bench.
Any contributions you get from them is a bonus. Their job is to not fuck up.
That's correct.
Their job is to just run the offense.
That's correct.
Distribute the ball, and don't screw up.
Don't screw up.
If you have an open shot, you take it. Hopefully you make it. If you don't, you're end of the bench.
You're end of the bench.
That's why you're end of the bench, because you don't make open shots, but you take them because it's part of the offense.
That's right.
So you don't go expecting anything from McCaw.
No, but the world seemed to piss on him like he did. They were expecting. I was sitting there going, McCaw ain't going to go up there and give you 20 and 10. And I know he was running 35 minutes, but they had nobody else.
His job wasn't to score. Isn't going to be to score. Not on this team.
No,
you're going to fill in. You're going to come in. You're going to fit some minutes to give a man rest. Maybe you get something going while you're in there. That's it.
And here's the real crux of it. Okay, I get it. Y'all mad at him that he scored 8 points when he was playing 35 minutes a game. But they were hurt and they were weathering a storm. The storm has kind of passed and they're on a bit of a 5-game winning streak. And I don't include the last game because I hadn't checked the numbers on it. But Pat McCaw got down to 18 minutes usage. That's about right. Max amount, 15 minutes. Maybe if you think it's high, you might think it's high by 3 or 4 minutes, though. But that's it. The thing is, they're like, well, he's scoring 2 points, 4 points. He ain't there to get a shot. He's only supposed to score 2 or 4 or 5 points.
The stat you need to check for McCaw would be assists and turnovers.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
In that Atlanta game where people were definitely mad at him. I don't know why. I know Trey's going on him. I was like, Trey got a couple friendly whistles at the end, and Trey's better offender than McCaw's a defender.
Trey's going to go off.
Right? And McCaw's defense, by the way, is all right. It's not horrible. He's lanky. He gets in position well. That's why he gets minutes, because he's a decent defender. And he gets minutes because they're teaching him to be a point guard. He's got to be a backup point guard for when they get injuries.
I'm not going to lie. He should be. They might need to test him out in the G League for a little while.
I might need a little run. I think there's a contract two-way thing there. They can't do it. But that's why he probably isn't down there getting – and they were hurt. They needed the body. But he also doesn't turn the ball over, right? He can run. He actually is decent. His real problem is that when you watch the game, you watch him do this. No. And then he shoots a bit of a brick because he's a little hesitant on his shot. No. He's 21. Calm down. He ain't the crux of the offense. He ain't the crux of the defense. No. He's a role player.
He ain't winning or losing you games.
So get off Pat McCaw's back. He is
lower than expectations.
And remember, he's still a top 500 athlete on the planet at the game of basketball. He's earned his fourth year in the league, so he's earned being there. So
listen,
give
until his team stop going to the finals. Don't talk to him.
I'm saying,
don't talk to him.
That's all he can sit there and go.
All right. Right now, he's the charm. He's got that golden horseshoe up his ass.
Yeah.
And it's benefiting the Raptors right now.
Take
it. We're going
to
love that.
And you know what? Extend that to everybody at the end of the bench. If someone's in a position where they have to take up some space. Bench guys don't play 40 minutes a game, so they're going to look gas in the fourth quarter. So, give them some. What I'm saying is, don't beat them up over it.
All right, and we're going to shut it down there. Once again, this has been the MansDem.
This is the MansDem.
My name's Mark. That's Jerome. It's the Herb on Instagram. T.Rome on Twitter.
At T.Rome.
At T.Rome on Twitter and
on the gram.
On the gram. Hit us up. Feedback's always appreciated. And I will try to get back to you, in a little bit better time than the last couple of times I did this. So anyway, be easy. Enjoy the ball. We'll talk.
We'll see you after break.
Peace out.
We went longer.